Coming up today, we're chatting with William John Jr.
This album to me feels like a debut album.
I'll tell you about an opportunity to play at Laneway Festival 2024. And Dan will tell you about a new open mic night. Produced on Awabakal and Warramai land, this is The Good Stuff, powered by BYD on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good.
good stuff.
The Good Stuff. Laneway Festival 2024 are currently running a competition to find local musos to play on each state's lineup. Winners of the comp will join a stacked lineup featuring the likes of Dope Lemon, Confidence Man and Steve Lacey. All you need to do is chuck up one of your tracks onto Triple J Unearthed, and if you already have music up there, you're already in the running. Can you bloody believe it? Wacky-doo!
Wacky-doo!
Be sure to look up the full terms and conditions. You have until the 19th of November to enter.
Newcastle Live. Newcastle Live.
Earlier this year, I caught the folky local legend William John Jr. live for the first time and was totally blown away. I was lucky enough to have a chat with him and the band behind the scenes at West Best Bloc Fest. I'd love to start off by teleporting back in time to the Carrington Crawl, because that was my first time seeing William John Jr. What's been happening since then?
Well, I've been working a lot with these two fellas. This is Fraser and Lachlan and Luke. They're all playing with me today, but these two in particular, we've been recording an album together over at RTN Studios in Mayfield. Mm-hmm. Fraser's kind of behind the desk doing the engineering stuff.
Nice.
And then Lachlan's kind of been helping more with the songwriting, production as well. These two are a bit of a dream team, so that's kind of what's been happening with my kind of project. So we should look to be having an album out, I don't know, in the next couple of months, I reckon.
That's huge. And that's debut album?
That's actually second album.
Second album,
but,
wow.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Fraser on one of our runs the other day that this album to me feels like a debut album. The first album was kind of just we put ourselves into a room and just tracked it live. So we kind of had the songs written. We played 3 songs, like the one song 3 times, and then picked the best one out of the takes. That was kind of the process for the first album, but this one's been a lot more professional, I guess.
Yeah, sort of plenty of time to flesh out each song rather than just getting in a room.
Yeah,
kind of just spending weeks on production rather than just relying on one take.
Making it as good as we can.
Yeah.
That's it.
Totally. So yeah, this album for me feels like, even though it's not a debut album, for me it feels like one, just because we've been working really hard on it. So
yeah. And different, like, attack or approach.
Totally. Yeah, and also different sound. Like it's I guess a lot more refined. I feel like the songwriting has improved. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But different, as you said, different approach, different attack. So it's been nice. It's been different.
And can you tell us, like in a sentence or with an emotion or something, what kind of overall theme that we're going to hear from the album?
What do you reckon?
One, hey?
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of a lot of, I think a lot of maybe early 70s kind of blues and rock albums and recordings.
Sure.
Just the style's it's quite produced, but it's still throwing back to those
like roots kind of
very stylized kind of it's got some pretty warm old qualities to it. We kind of knew that was the approach from the get-go, I believe. And we've just been honing that in, and I'd say it's
totally
a bit of a vintage sound to it, which Will does really well.
And what's it been like being on the team, and being able to collaborate?
It's been hugely rewarding. I mean, I'm used to spending most of my days at RTN anyway, but it's nice to be upstairs focusing on someone else's songs, and seeing what we can do to make those songs hit as good as they can.
And it's seeing the progress every week. We've kind of made a schedule to do it every week.
Yeah.
So we're sort of getting like a real-time progress report every week.
Yeah.
And like just how they're progressing. It's pretty cool
it's
to
been
be able
great.
to, instead of just spending one day on a song, sometimes you do.
Totally.
It's like just,
It's
gradually.
less of a vacation, like spending a couple of days there, like it's an
Yeah.
Airbnb or something, and it's more of a job, and you rock up each week, and you get done what you're hoping to get done, and you tick it off, and then you look forward to what you're doing next week, and it's quite a professional approach. I think
it's been really great, really good.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about RTN for those who don't know it?
Absolutely, I would love to talk about
Yeah,
RTN.
because there feels like, there's a bit of it's a hidden gem, I'd say.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Well, we're pretty lucky to have a lot of recording studios, rehearsal studios in Newcastle as it is. RTN is, I believe it's the longest, I could be wrong on this, I think it's the longest running studio in Newcastle. It originated in Mayfield on Maitland Road, across the road from where Equium is now, and it was there for years, I believe probably late 90s, and that's where I first discovered RTN. I was a schoolboy, my school uniform, rocking up to record my blues band, meeting Jeff for the first time, and I kind of never left. And then I think it was about, I could be wrong on this, maybe 8 years or so later, we moved to the new spot out at Steel River Industrial Estate, which is perfect. You don't have people wandering in off Maitland Road when you're in the middle of a really important session, which is nice. It's really quiet out there after hours, and it's just it's a bigger space too.
It's an amazing space. It's an amazing space.
We've been lucky enough to be able to build the space to spec, like for what we want to do with it. And so we have rehearsal rooms downstairs, of course, and then upstairs is where the real beauty is. It's this gorgeous tracking room with a really high ceiling. It's even got a window with a waterfront view of a Hunter River catchment as well. So it's
really
kind
selling
of,
it, man.
yeah, it's,
Of
if you're interested, we can get you in on the ground floor. Yeah. So it's awesome there. We have some great facilities, some great gear, and it's been a great chance to utilize all of that with Will's album sessions. I know he's loving it. He's every week. He's like, when are we jumping back in, boys?
Yeah, it's and try and get a Friday session is if we can as well. Like, I just want to live there basically. It's great. And so I guess if you're in need of a contact for RTN, I would hit these two up. That's kind of your place to start, and they'll treat you right. Like, these guys know.
But I think it just happens organically that we want to work together. I don't think we really speak about.
Totally.
Keeping it together.
If you're working with us, it's an exclusive thing.
No,
it just kind of happens organically, and
totally.
There isn't like so much of a getting to know you period. We already know what each other's interests are.
Yeah.
What style we're going for.
We've been
It's
playing
kind of
together for years. We know. Yeah.
And so we got Sam Winder that we just worked on a single for him. Turned out really great, and that was just through
word of mouth, really.
Yeah, Will being mates with Sam, and Sam came by the studio and checked out one of our sessions when we were working on it. And he was thrilled with
Fell
it.
in
So
love with the space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, the space is amazing. Yeah, if you can ever get out there just to look at it, it's an amazing space.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I can't wait to hear this next album.
Oh, thanks so much,
No
buddy.
worries.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No
cheers for
worries.
the yarn.
This is work.
Sounds good.
Good stuff.
Lazotte's new owner, Wayne Rogers, will open up the stage to up-and-coming talent next month. The Lazotte's Open Mic Night, hosted by Wayne himself, is open to a variety of different performers. The kitchen will also be open, of course, so even if you're not a performer, you can make the most out of the night. To find out more, hit our website or give Lazotte's a call to register.
Good stuff.
That's it for the good stuff today. I'd love to say a big thank you to William John Jr. for joining us for a chat. Thanks heaps for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow from 4 p.m. for more of the good stuff.